Welcome back to the Stoop football fans. It's your boy Lolo coming to you live from the basement for the final time. It is not the last happy hour, but it is the last happy hour that I will be doing from this lovely little studio in the basement. Big changes on the way at the Lolo house, at the Stoop house. So this is a special night. Basement's almost empty. I'm hearing a lot of echo in the room, and I'm dropping a few tears down the side because I'm gonna have to figure out a new setup for next week and the weeks after that. But tonight we will we will have some fun and talk some smack about my club, Arsenal. Let's get to it. Let's crack those beers. It is Friday night. There we go.
It's 2 a.m. I'm drinking water, buddy.
Vodka, probably. All right.
Fucking last basement Stoop, huh?
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's very, very weird to think about that.
Let's not think about it.
Yeah. So it'll be even sadder when we do the last happy hour from this house because I will be having to move soon. So we'll tell you all about that as the day approaches, where I will be heading, and hopefully I'll have a stoop to do the show from. But we'll see. So let's talk Arsenal. Arsenal decided to give the league away and say, hey, nah, we're not so interested this year. You know what? We're not going to sign any strikers. We're not going to sign any attackers. We're not. You know what? We're not going to sign fucking anybody, and everybody can go ahead and get injured because this year sucks. So yeah, congratulations, Liverpool. You won the league in dramatic fashion. Nobody expected you to do it. Everyone was putting you guys 5th, 4th, 6th in the table, thinking Arne Slot was going to come in and have a rough time getting Jurgen Klopp's aging team together, an aging Mo Salah. And then Salah said, of the best seasons in Premier League history. And I must have cut out at some point because Mark is here.
That's right. Mo Salah decided that he was going to go on his farewell tour. 2 years of just being kind of average. In fact, I know I was remarked or quoted in saying many times when it came to Salah in the last 2 years. Remember when you held your breath when Salah got the ball? Well, those days are back, baby. Those days are back.
Yep.
And
those days are absolutely back.
This is their swan song, because I personally think this is the last season we see Salah. Trent, he's got eyes in Italy, doesn't he? He wants to go to Milan. Is that what I heard? Read?
We'll see.
Something.
I'm sure Arsenal will put a £50 million offer for Salah, and then go, we tried, guys, we tried.
That is hysterical. No, I mean, look, if he stays in the leagues, such as meaning not going to Saudi Arabia, granted he's going out on a free, but if he wasn't going out on a free, what is Salah worth? If Rice was 100 million pounds and Harry Kane was 120 million pounds, what's Salah worth? What would be a fair asking price or a fair offer to Liverpool to, not like they could, I have no idea. But y'all can put it in the comments because my partner in crime over here, and there he is. I think he was just joshing. He was just kind of frozen for a second. What do you say, Lolo? What is Mo Salah worth? Oh, and he's gone. Anyone else in the comments? Y'all can help me out. And tell me what you think. You can tell me what you think in any of those players. Virgil van Dijk. Hey, what's going on there, sir?
Hey, you guys.
Good to see you, David.
We all
you're
seem to be lagging a bit, don't we?
my favorite. You're wearing my favorite Leeds shirt. So if you ever get a chance and you find one in a large, you can ship it to me, and I'll Venmo you or Zelle or whatever, because I really love the Leeds yellow. I think it is
Okay.
absolute
I'll get you
dope
one.
shirt. Oh, thanks, man. Because I can't
XL.
find one here. That a large. I'm just gonna throw it on the wall.
Okay.
You know, swap it out when Leeds gets promoted and Wolves get relegated. I don't think we're getting relegated, but I think the rest of the league.
If you told me last week, I've got an order coming in, hopefully this week, but I'll chase that up for you.
That would be absolutely fantastic. You've been traveling a lot. How you been?
Yeah, good. Chicago a couple of weeks ago, bloody freezing.
Oh yeah.
New York yesterday, lovely. That was good. Few beers in the bar around the corner. It's just, I love it. I love coming to New York. I love your city. I tell you, I love it.
And the weather
Always
was
something to
decent
do.
for you.
It was good.
It was
good.
gorgeous weather for February. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was nice. It was meant to be a lot colder, but no, it wasn't. It was okay. Maybe having been to Chicago as well helped, you know.
Oh,
geez. It wasn't as cold as Chicago.
Chicago is just ridiculous. BX says that New York City is too cold for him. No, it's been in like the upper 50s. It's been ridiculously warm. There's, maybe 2 weeks ago it was cold, but not so much anymore. You know, but I guess, BX, you're in North Carolina, South Carolina? Because I remember
somewhere around there.
Somewhere. Yeah. Hey, Tom.
Hello.
And I just want to say, I do blame Scooby D2. He was the first one to mention coming through crystal clear, Lolo, and then Led Zepp. You finally got the lag sorted in the basement, and you're moving. That was the moment that my internet crapped out. So yeah, I'm blaming you two for talking about the internet before and you cursed me. But it seems like I might be back now. So thank you guys for covering me for that time. Dave, good to see you. Mr. Tom, Finger the Duck. Mark with your Celta Vigo hat. I love it.
So excited for this hat.
So guys, I'm gonna start off our football talk I want to talk about the many comparisons have been coming out lately within the past week, talking about Arne Slot and asking the question, is Arne Slot that good of a manager, or was he already set up to do well? I think we can all agree he's done remarkably well, but there is something to be said of he is taking, it's not like Jurgen Klopp had a bunch of finishing 10th seasons and then decided to leave. He had been continuing to build his team, his players, getting something going there. And there was a very good team in there. It did take Arne Slot to unlock it. So I want to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on that? Is Arne Slot just that incredibly good? What's up, Ben? Is he that incredibly good that he can come into the Premier League and win it his first season? Or is it down to the fact that all the legwork was done by Jurgen Klopp before him and the Liverpool staff before him? What are your thoughts on that?
Anyone?
Nothing.
I'll let the Leeds boys start first.
I'll kick off if you want. Personally, I've been really impressed with him. He was left a very, very good setup by Klopp, but I don't think Klopp could quite find the last number on that combination lock, and it needed somebody with a fresh set of eyes, basically, to come in and just stamp his own little way of playing and everything, and also authority. It certainly seems like some players have bought into what he wanted, and perhaps there was a little bit of tiredness with Klopp. And I think Mo Salah is your perfect example, because quite frankly, last year Mo Salah was not that great. by his standards. Yet this year he's come back. He's in superb shape and everything. He's strong. He looks stronger and quicker, and he's provided this year. But overall, I think the whole balance of the team this year has been superb. And for somebody who really, I mean, I hated Liverpool, but actually I didn't hate Liverpool. I just hated Klopp. That's what I found out, and I love watching them now.
Yeah.
Come
Well,
next
let me ask
season, I
you.
won't want them to win, but there you go.
Yeah. Let me ask you, David, since you brought up Mo Salah last season, it did seem like something was off. Do you think that the fact that Klopp came out halfway through the season and said he was leaving felt like your teacher giving up on you, sort of a thing where you're like, fuck, I guess we're not doing it? There was that little surge
Nah.
they had where they won a couple games after he said that, where we're like, that's either going to galvanize them or it's going to ruin them. And it seemed to be galvanizing them. But then towards the end, they just kind of trickled off, and Mo Salah really trickled off. And now he's with the new manager, and he's got this resurgence. Mo Salah's had a year-long new manager bounce. And do you think that is all on him? That's all he's working harder? Maybe last year he felt he was being given up on, and he lacked some of that. Do you put that
That's
more on
true.
him, on Klopp?
That part of it's true.
Yeah, I think I think sometimes, because how long was Klopp there? He was there for a few years, wasn't he?
That's 10 games, Mo says. It was 10 games in, he said that. Jesus.
Did he join in 2015? Is that right?
He was there a while,
Sounds
wasn't
about
he?
right.
Yeah,
He's been there a long time.
I think he just, I mean, they've been successful, hadn't they, in Europe, but they hadn't, the Premier, they hadn't really got near, and then they had that 1 year where they were runners up, but I think people just get tired. You get tired of listening to the same manager, and you need fresh ideas. And if the guy isn't coming up with fresh ideas, then things get stale. And I think maybe, if anything, Klopp probably stayed too long, a season too long. And I don't think him announcing that he was going had anything to do with their drop off in form, because as many pundits were saying at the time, well, this will galvanise the team together and they'll want to do it for Klopp. But no, it just didn't happen, did it? There wasn't a real change in how they were playing. So no, I think it's just fresh eyes came in. That's what it needed. It needed somebody new to come in, just hone a few things, maybe a bit more discipline. In fact, definitely discipline, because if you think, I can think of the incident with Trent when he was on the bench when he was taken off, and he wasn't best pleased. And Slot went up and had a chat with him and basically said, "Can put a smile on your face. It's a team game. It's not all about you." And he did that with one other player. And he made examples of players without going too far. So he's gained their respect. And since that, Trent has been playing really well. So, it just needed a new face, I think.
I think you've not addressed the actual most important aspect of this, neither of you. The drop off of Manchester City is the key aspect in all of this, because if Man City won most of their games, they wouldn't be winning the title, regardless. Liverpool got 99 points in the season, and didn't lose a game, or whatever people wanted to call it, or whatever it was. But Man City got more points. This season, Man City are getting fuck all points in comparison.
And Liverpool have beat them twice. Yeah. Beat them hard.
I mean,
yeah, but I think that was it. You could see that coming. What did I say at the beginning of the season with the predictions and everything? And I hadn't put mine in, but I said we were all talking about the different way of teams are going to finish. What did I say about City? I said City won't be up there. City aren't in it this year. They'll be lucky if they're not got big point deduction and everything. And I think that's been hanging over them. So it's no surprise this year. Plus, it's an aging squad at City. Eventually, there's going to be a drop off. and they didn't really purchase anybody of note or anything like that. There hasn't been a turnover of players. They've had injuries. De Bruyne isn't as he was a couple of seasons ago. It was time for a change at the top. The unfortunate thing for Lolo and many Arsenal fans,
I was going to ask you a question about that.
They haven't taken advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
Was the assumption that when Manchester City did have their eventual falter, because it happens to every football team, I mean, it happened to some, and then they just go back to the status quo. But in the one time in the last 10 years where it did happen, Leicester won the title, for example. But it took all of them faltering for Leicester to win the title, and that's a genuine one-off in football.
And Arsenal were second place.
Right.
Well, you finished second place in the title race. You weren't even in, to be fair.
We weren't even in that title race. We beat them twice that year. Okay, so
we did.
I'm going to throw out
they just 1-0'd everybody to death.
So go on, Mark.
I'm going to throw out just like maybe one more kind of angle or facet to what I think is part of Liverpool's success. Certainly, Slot was given, he was given a team that was built for him. It was, we had a similar situation in the United States in American football where a coach built a team and got fired, and the next year they won it all. And the comment was he didn't build the car, he got to drive it, and Slot gets to drive this car. Certainly, we can point to the kind of downfall of City. And if anyone doubts that Rodri should not have won what he won, him being injured proves it, because the City is not the same team with him.
Pep is a bold fraud, like I've always said.
We mentioned De Bruyne. He hasn't been the same since what's his name? Rudiger smashed him. And he got injured, and was that in the championship game? I think it was. I'm not really
Champions
sure.
League, wasn't it? Yeah.
Champions League final. De Bruyne got smashed by Rudiger. Hasn't been the same. But I also think that in kind of the true spirit of being a team, there's a number of players who have been with Liverpool for a spell of time. And they're looking at one another and going, hey, this is our last time together. Let's make it count. Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah, Trent, and God knows who else is on a last year for them. This is kind of like the farewell tour, and they're making every game count. And what a way to go out is, winning the Premier League. Here we are in late February. We're already we're anointing the champion of the league, Liverpool, and quite possibly can win the Champions League.
Yeah.
I mean, you talking about a George Costanza? I'm going on a high note.
I killed Arsenal season. And I can tell you exactly how I did it. It was not intentional, Lolo, so I would apologise, but I'm not sorry. The reality is, I put betting on Wednesday night, and I bet on... Have a guess what bet I put on the Arsenal-Nottingham Forest game, which did not win, but I was convinced it was going to. I bet on over 0.5 goals, and I lost. 0.5. I just needed something, anything. People going, who do you want to win? I don't give a fuck who wins, as long as someone scores. I got what I deserved, and Arsenal got what they deserved by not scoring. So did Nottingham Forest, kind of. But
there's another reason as well, Liverpool, why they're going to win the league this year. And I know that Tom will certainly concur with me on this one, because he knows where I'm coming from, is that, of course, Leeds are going to win the championship. And when Leeds win the championship, who wins the Premier?
Not teams inside Yorkshire that are named Sheffield something.
Indeed.
Wow, that'll be the fourth time this has happened.
I believe
is
so.
what
Yeah.
you're saying. Liverpool win the Premier League, and
it's the
Leeds win the
second time in the
championship?
decade.
Jesus. All right. Well,
That's scary. That's scary.
At least there's one good thing. Listen, I'm all about Leeds getting back up to the Premier League, but next season, it's back to fuck y'all on game day, okay? I still need my 6 points from y'all. Hopefully, we're doing something next season. But this all brings me to the Arteta out situation that rears its ugly head every time we don't get all the points that we feel we should. And now everybody's like, look, the season's over. You got nobody. You brought nobody in. You did a horrible job managing your players. You've got more red cards than anybody else in the league. There's a discipline issue. People are getting injured. Your only attacker who's healthy gets injured while on fucking holiday vacation training in Dubai. Like, what the hell? So I am not in that camp of Arteta out. I think Arteta, for me, he gets one more season because of everything he's built and because this season luck didn't go our way with injuries where, and I know there's a woe is me, injuries, but I mean, just being honest, like we've got our fucking midfielder that we just signed this season playing up front for the first time in his life. Like, it's a joke. Even Nuno Espirito Santo came out and they were like, why didn't you play a back five like you did against Brighton? And he goes, Arsenal don't have a striker. I don't need to play a back five.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're like, yeah. So even though we're putting somebody up, so that's just why I say, look, we're in shitty luck. 4 of our main attackers are out right now. Odegaard has been out for 2 months and hasn't come back, basically. So we're still second. Like, City have dropped so far, and yes, they'll probably still end up second or third somehow miraculously. But we just see with those kind of injuries, we lost our first game last week, our first game in like 15 or 16 games. Like, that's not nothing. So I see what we're doing, and I see that we're moving forward. That being said, looking at the Klopp leaving slot coming in, this would actually be the perfect time to bring in a new manager because he has built everything so well and we are a more cohesive team and it's all like ready. And maybe you're starting to get what you were talking about, David, with Klopp, of like this apathy starting to be like, maybe he's here too long. He's already got a foot out the door. Like, we tried again. We got 99 points. We didn't win the league, or 97 or whatever. Arsenal, we got over 80 some odd points. We didn't win the league. This year, we didn't win the league. The other, you didn't win the league. Where you bring in a manager who has generally the same players, but you sign some attackers, could take that team and win the league. To me, that would be so heartbreaking for Arteta because I feel like he's done all the legwork and he just hasn't got us over the line. So I'm not ready to say that he can't get us over the line. He just hasn't. And I'm in this weird point. So how do you guys feel about all that shit that I just said, if you remember any of it? How long have I been talking?
I think you want to. I mean, you're like losing Saka was a huge loss because he makes things tick, you know. But I'll tell you something. With Arsenal have brought in a few younger players this season, and they are not ready. They're not ready, and this is the difference. That Liverpool side, they've got a few younger players who have been there now. What, they're probably on their 3rd season. They're ready, and that is a big difference. The Arsenal youngsters aren't ready. They'll play in.
Hold on, David. Ethan Nwaneri has been our best player for 3 weeks in a row. So I don't know if he's not ready. And Miles Lewis,
he could not have got cement for that. What are you talking about, Mr. Herbert?
It's 3 weeks. This is the difference with the Liverpool youngsters. They've been doing it the whole season. And that's what I'm saying. So a couple of years ago, They were like the Arsenal youngsters as they are now. They were great players, but they'll play in fits and starts. The same if you look at Scum. Some of their youngsters are terrific, but they're playing in fits and starts. Manu, superb. I mean, what a player. But it's fits and starts. And that's where it comes with consistency and a couple of seasons under your belt. You can't expect a youngster, and Arsenal have got a few youngsters in this season, and there will be peaks and troughs. You know, you can't. It's very rare. I mean, okay, you don't always win with youngsters, but even when Scum started to dominate, those youngsters, it wasn't their first season when they won. They had played a couple of seasons and then they started winning. But they also had the catalyst.
You remember the youngsters you're talking about for Arsenal are 17 and 18.
Exactly.
They're not 20-year-old youngsters, because 20-year-old is a fucking youngster.
It's not a criticism.
I
it's
hear
an observation.
You can win Young Player of the Year at age 24.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Not anymore. Not anymore. You can't. They've changed that. But you used to be able to.
But that's really strange when you'd see like Phil Foden's getting the award and he's been a Premier League player for 9 seasons, kind of thing, or whatever.
Right.
By the way, quick side note: did you guys hear that? You may not have because it was Arsenal related, but when Arteta was mentioning like that Waneri, he's like, well, Waneri, it's still weird. Like he doesn't change in the dressing room with the guys. He's got to be in like a separate dressing room, blah, blah, blah.
His age.
And then fucking Carragher and Neville and all them came out saying like, what is Arteta doing? He's punishing the young lad, not letting him fucking change. And I'm like, it's a law thing. Like you can't have a 17-year-old getting naked in front of grown-ass men. Like, what? Anyway,
the thing is,
side note of how young he fucking
but
is.
we're in this PC world where you can't.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
But that was the same with Archie Gray. Archie Gray couldn't change in the same changing room. With Leeds, I mean that's what it is.
That shouldn't even be a discussion point. It's like, it just exposes the ignorance.
Blame Arteta. They're like, look at what he's doing. He's segregating the youngsters and not letting them thrive.
There's a million things you can nail him to the wall for, but not the fucking legal rules of changing in a room with other men.
Who takes Carragher seriously?
Nobody.
No one.
Apart from Carragher.
Nobody.
No one.
I'm surprised
myself,
he's still
he's
got
not
a job.
even a Premier League legend.
No, this
No,
is it.
Ask him how many he's won. And he's going to try and go, I won Champions League. Like, yeah, but we're not talking about Champions League, and you don't sit on English TV talking about the Champions League, sir.
So in 10 years from now, we're going to say the same thing about Vardy?
I don't know.
Vardy
won it.
I don't know my history. I definitely
Mikel
know.
Obi? What's his name?
Yeah.
Mikel Obi
John Mikel Obi.
Yeah.
John Mikel,
He's absolutely slated him, hasn't he?
He slated him on AFCON.
Yeah.
He's
but
like, you don't know about AFCON? Probably because you didn't win anything. Who are you?
Exactly. You've never won a Premier. You've never done this. You've never done that. You won fuck all with England. Blah 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 blah. You're shit, basically. Yet you want to start, telling players how to play. He's got a point, and this is what I mean. I'm surprised he's got a job. And will he have a job next season? I don't know. I think Sky are going down a very tricky path.
It's just because he's a Liverpool player that can speak English. That is the only reason he's there.
Even that's debatable. Not very well. Everything he says is not very well. He's fucking. Hate that fucking dude.
I do watch AFCON. Mainly because it's on while I'm at work, and I'll watch football while I'm at work.
Maybe we get back to this Arsenal question. We seem to have drifted.
I just thought
drifted a little bit off of. I
thought he said he confused AFCON for Con Air.
As is we do.
And I was like, that's an incredible movie, but no, Aircon. Sorry. All right, Mark, bringing it back to football.
Look, here's what I think about Arsenal and Arteta out and all the things. I've not been watching football long enough to know what was before Arteta, and all I've really known, I actually started watching football when Arteta became the manager. And so I as far as I'm concerned, Arteta is quite successful. I mean, to keep his team in a top 5 position for as long as he has is certainly an achievement. But the question that runs through my mind, who runs through the fields of my mind, is that everyone that came to Arsenal came to win trophies. Declan Rice, $100 million. I want to win trophies. Trossard, I'm coming to Arsenal. I want to win trophies. Kai Havertz, I want to win trophies. Hasn't happened. And while Arsenal has remained a team, is this the season that is going to cause maybe the start of the foundation cracks? Because we're not winning. We're not, we came here to achieve something, and we're not achieving it. And it's been it's been a few years. You won the FA Cup in what was that?
I think they're all right.
2022.
As long as they keep getting Champions League, Mark, I think they'll be fine.
But Arsenal came along, or not Arsenal, but Arteta came along, and they were already in the quarterfinals. It again didn't build the car, but drove the car for that trophy. And they've been dry since. I mean, you can say, oh, well, we won the Community Shield, but in the way that you won it, it doesn't really count. But these players came to Arsenal to win trophies. And while there has been a cohesion, I'm beginning to wonder when it begins to not be a thing, where they're like, maybe we can't, And I think I'll end it right here, but I think one of the worst things that could have been said, because I think it was a very, very anti-motivational, is that when Arteta said to the press during one of his press conferences, says, "Oh, we'll fight until the day we die." When asked, has Liverpool run away with it? No, not until we're mathematically eliminated. That gives the players the opportunity to go, no, we're out. They won. But instead, what Arteta could have done is what Klopp did a couple of years ago, and just go ahead and concede, and his team woke up and advanced a little bit more up the table. I'm not saying
you would rather your manager come out and say the league is over, we're done, when there's still a chance? Because what Arteta said was, over my dead body. Are we going to Are we going to give up?
That was 2 weeks ago.
He said, over my dead body.
No, he said that 2 weeks ago.
Last week, what he said was, what is the question we are being posed with? Because you're waffling on and then telling us to answer it. What's the question?
I would much rather have, and have the team go, no way, we're still in it. Because that's what happens. That's what, in my mind, that is what's happened. That Arteta's, no, we're going to still fight for it. And the rest of the team's going, dude, we're injured.
You would rather your manager say, don't fight for it?
What has it? So what you're saying is that they the manager is saying, hey, we're still going to fight, but and to what end? Because that wasn't motivational. Because they're still dropping points. They're still not scoring.
Now they drop points to the only team that beat Liverpool. They drop points to the only team who beat Liverpool without conceding a goal.
What I'm
without a striker.
Is,
hello, Lolo.
I'm just saying.
I would have loved
losing to West Ham was one thing. Drawing to Nottingham Forest at Nottingham Forest when Liverpool haven't lost to anybody except Nottingham Forest.
How'd you lose to West Ham? How did that happen?
Was amazing.
And
by the way,
I'd like to welcome Lawrence to the party.
Before Tom says some blasphemous
hey, look
things.
at that!
I'm fucking gone.
Dirty Jersey. What the hell is this? God damn.
Well,
everything pops up.
I wasn't expecting to get added so quickly. Normally it's been around for a bit.
And I'll refresh the page.
All I can say is 6 points in 6 days ain't too bad, boys.
Well done, Lawrence. It's very good for a team of raving their footers.
Well, thank you. I expect nothing less from you, David. God bless.
And I'm here to provide.
Say what you will, we're currently smashing the Junior League.
That's right. I can tell you
absolutely just laying siege to them all.
Yeah. I tell you, I hope you guys can do better than the last 6 teams that came up to the Prem and go down quicker than the slide. Because I can tell you something right now. After watching the Leicester City match in West Ham, and we didn't play well at all, that team does not deserve to be in the Prem. Leicester City have regressed since the last match we played them. They have gotten worse. And
that team lost to us twice.
The thing is, Lawrence, I looked at them. They really didn't do anything during the summer in their signings. So quite frankly, they deserve to be coming back down to the Championship.
Yeah, because they
Same
didn't
with Southampton.
Southampton have got a Championship squad. They'll do very well next year because they've got good Championship players.
But probably not as good as Ipswich.
I was just in another chat room, and I think I would predict that Southampton, that they'll get lucky if they get 14 points. I'd be surprised.
Ipswich pay Premier League money for their Championship players, though, to be fair.
True.
Ipswich is a team that I want to keep. I like Wolves, so I like to keep them up there. But Ipswich is another squad that I kind of like a little bit. They got a little spunk to them. But when it comes to Southampton,
how many points are Wolves currently on? Right, 22.
22.
I'm ever more convinced that the safety line's going to be 30 points.
Yeah,
Tom, 100%, bud. No, I think it's going to be
less than that. Yeah, I think last year the safety line was like 34.
I don't see the bottom 3 teams getting the 30 points. I said it in the last thing I was at.
I remember when it used to be 40 points.
It used to be 40, yeah.
That was before Newcastle got money.
Last year, struggling, I think, in the Prem, you felt comfortable once you got to about 36, but it fluctuates. But this year, I think I think
26 is going to do it.
Saying it fluctuates is very generous, Lawrence. It's actually just getting lower and lower and lower.
This year is probably, I don't know, you guys know better than me. I've been around about 9 to 10 years in this, but I think this year is one of the bottom 3 is probably those points are pitiful. Pitiful.
They're on track to get less points than last year's bottom 3 combined.
Forest last year survived with 32.
They're already putting these statistics together, Lawrence, because they can smell what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't my opinion that they're all terrible. They're factually combined doing worse than last year's bottom 3 were doing at the same stage this season.
No,
and they were awful last season.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're true.
Maybe if 2 of the teams merge, they can keep the points from both sides.
Yeah, merging. Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to see West Ham last year, 27 points would have kept you afloat.
Is that right? 27? Wow.
27 points. The top relegated team had 26.
Hey, Mark, I hate to do this, but what about the previous year, if you don't mind me asking? What was the previous year?
I can look that up.
What did Leeds get relegated on, basically? It was about 30, 35, something like that.
That's what I was thinking, Tom, right about that.
Leeds got, they were actually 19th with 31, 36.
36.
Or actually 35 kept you safe the prior year.
Oh, 35 kept you safe. Okay.
Even though 36 was the end result, but that was 2 points better. So I'm just taking 1 point more than the lowest.
Yeah.
To go back and talk about because
I didn't like
talk about Leicester. I said it very, very early in the season. They're so slow. They are not.
Shocking.
They have that is a team that has absolutely no speed.
They still got Daka in the team.
I just watched.
They have a fair amount of experience, and they have a fair amount of skill, but they are just ridiculously slow.
And they got
Daka's one of the worst footballers I've seen in real life. He's one of the worst footballers I've seen in real life compared to what his stats are on Football Manager. As silly as that sounds. Football Manager, a couple of years ago, you could buy him, you get him nice and cheap from Sparta Prague or somewhere like that.
He did once score 4 goals in a Europa League game.
Are you saying Barty?
Listen, Chris, years ago, Chris was like, yo, Lolo,
I thought
you know who Arsenal needs to go for? Arsenal needs to go for Patson Daka because it'll be Daka, Saka, Shaka, and Laka.
Which will be Smataka.
Which will be
and then he missed about 4 1-on-1s at Ellen Road, and then we went on to win the game. And I was sitting there like, who the fuck is this guy? And why am I so glad that they've got him?
Chris, he was a prospect who he is a good football player. I think
he's really good at Salzburg.
Wasting away.
And then
Football Manager implied he was going to be the best footballer ever. Well, not ever.
Wasting away.
Yeah.
But then I see him on the screen.
Leicester City
on grass.
That's the thing though. Like when you're like a really pacey, exciting striker, it's cool when you're 21. It's less cool when you're 25 and you haven't had a double-digit goal season yet.
Yeah,
true. Good point. Very good. I agree.
A lot of people, you look back 5 years later and you're thinking,
he's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Speaking of pacey forwards, hello, Daniel James. Have you started to put it together yet, sir? I'd argue he kind of has at championship level. But
I think he found his level.
Can I just regress a little bit? Now that Chris is on board,
aren't we all?
The question earlier was to do with Liverpool and the team that sort of Klopp left, but then Slot has come in and, if you like, taken them a level or two higher, in fact. What's your thoughts on that? How good a manager is Slot?
I think,
how has he changed things that little bit more to get more out of that club?
Yeah, so basically the question being, is it Slot being an incredible manager, or is it he was handed the keys to a Ferrari and just didn't crash it?
I thought we overperformed a little bit. I thought we overperformed a little bit last
Hold on, Mark. Would you also like to ramble for a little bit as I did?
I think there's a couple
before we get to the question.
I said what I had to say. Mark. I think that we talked about a lot of things. We talked about how Slot did.
Let Chris answer.
I thought that was a question directed at Chris.
I know. I heard Mark. I heard Mark.
Sorry to point, Chris.
No, it was a joke, and you actually bit it.
My apologies.
You bit right into it. I loved it, Mark. Okay, Chris, welcome to
the
show.
Mate.
We're now going to halftime.
Number one.
We don't want to hear from the Liverpool. Just kidding. Okay, I'm quiet.
They got a coach that stylistically was similar enough to Klopp, though different. That the style of play is similar enough. You got another year of this midfield. I thought they overperformed because they completely swapped out the midfield the year before, and now they really figured out Gravenberch needs to play. Yeah, there we go.
Go, Jack.
Has to be a starter every game. He's the most important of that midfield three. It's a continuation. They didn't completely change the style, and then I think Slot is just he's got enough stylistic difference that they can play a little less explosive too. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're also probably overperforming, and secondarily, like the field is not very strong. I mean, is not very strong this year.
Not as strong as it was. You're right.
That's a good point. Yeah.
It's Rodri-less. It's a Rodri-less field.
This is the weakest Man City we'll see, probably.
It's Forest, no Rodri, no Saka.
This is a very.
But at least you've won.
You guys got without Isak.
No, I said that all the time. What's killing you is Saka, and you were like, baby, I'm telling you right now.
You can look back at this season as a big chance for Arsenal to win the Premier League, and they haven't.
I'm believing you now, Lawrence. I didn't want to believe that Saka was that important, but God,
he was a key to that right side. Either creating goals and scoring. Because that's Arsenal. All respect to them. They just can't. They just don't have that final attack that they had before. If they had that final one, that sack or someone else, they would be able to finish. But that's their struggles right now. You saw it on I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And you know what, Lawrence? The reason I was going against you on that earlier in the year, I remember us having this conversation, and I said, actually, look at his goals. Yeah, he has like 15 assists, only like 6 goals, 5 goals. So it's not that. But then you realize just the fact that he's there, it's very similar to Mo Salah. Just the fact that he's there, he may have a game with 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 XG.
Drawing all that.
But he's drawing 2 defenders every time he gets the ball.
Exactly, Lolo.
And that creates space for your playmakers. Why is Odegaard not doing so well? Well, he doesn't have that extra foot of space in there.
Yep. When you got, I totally agree.
I love that we asked the Liverpool guy a Liverpool question, and now we're here talking about.
But no, I have a question about that too, because with the Liverpool, and I did predict them to win at the beginning of the year. But do you think that what Slot has done is, like, Nunez was a guy I always rated pretty high, but he could never finish really well. He's got less and less time. He's going to go there. What do you think Liverpool's magic is? Has he not substituted so much? You know, I always like Diaz, but he's stick with some players, and some have stepped up. Well, so what is the key magic?
He's rotated most of the forwards besides Salah. So, like,
but Nunez
barely get a moment.
What do you think about Nunez this year? Has he performed up to expectations, or is he still not finishing at the end? Because that was his key thing. He's a great mover. He doesn't, but never finished all the time.
He's a squad player. I really like Nunez.
I got you. That's a good shout. Yeah. I got you.
But he probably plays better under Klopp because Klopp is just a little more high intensity, and that's. But there's been different parts of the season where I thought Diaz was the second best player in the team. Or
I love Diaz
for a stretch.
I'm a huge Diaz.
So,
but sometimes you don't see him start. He don't start all the time.
It's all right, man. It's part of the reason I think they're not as injured. I mean, Salah's
and that's probably why you're a great team, because you have that depth where you can have Diaz not starting, which would start on many Prem teams. That
I think we need to watch out. There's going to be I don't know if banana skid's the right term, because PSG is a big team. I could see us going out in Europe in this next round. PSG's as good as
wouldn't be a bad thing, Chris. It wouldn't be a bad thing.
I agree, because I think I think what Liverpool wants
win
right
the Premier this year. Win the Premier this year.
I think they have to win. I think they have to win 2.
Oh damn!
It's there for you. Like you basically have the league locked up, and you're in a final. So there's 2 things there for you.
Yeah,
it's there. But the main thing is win the Premier. That's your main thing.
That's how I would feel, David. I agree.
You know, because you get the Premier, you get that under your belt.
You're building
on that. Yeah. You're building on that for the champions.
Yeah.
Liverpool have won the Champions League in isolation before, when they weren't like the best side in the league, but they were the best at European football. They've won it, but then they never got near to the Premier. This time they're near the Premier. They've got a side there that, with a few more additions as well, they could dominate in the next few years.
And you hear Salah,
and that's how football goes, you know.
And you hear Salah. I'm sorry, David. You hear Salah in the last couple of weeks. You can kind of tell he wants that Prem title. He wants that. That's one thing he wants. Then you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's what I'm sensing. Like, this is something like he wants that one, which it would be great to have 2. Jeez, man, that would be a dream. But I think the Prem would be a good thing for him. So.
As you say, the player that's made the difference, is it Gravenbach?
Salah's
made pronounce it Gravenbach? Gravenbach, is it something? How do you pronounce it? You know who we're talking about.
Gravenbach.
He's the player that's made the big difference. But as I was saying earlier, the other youngsters in midfield, the midfield now this year is really well balanced and everything. Yeah. They know how to hold and just stop other teams completely. They don't always just pile forward all the time like they used to under Klopp. There seems to be a little bit more control in it. They know how to control the games. They can kill other teams. And then when they do want to attack, they attack with purpose.
Salah's much better this year than he's been.
It's superb this year. Superb.
I agree.
Much better playmaker this year as well. Like,
got his head up more as well.
Yeah.
You know, the passes he makes and things like that. Some of the passes he's made have been superb.
You know, Trent still makes mistakes in defense, but Konate, I think, is gotten so much better this year. He kind of cleans that up when he's not hurt. So I think if they win, they still need to reinforce, probably get another center back in the rotation, and I think they have to get I like Nunez as a squad player. He probably doesn't want to do that. I think
he won't be here next year. He won't be there next year, I don't think.
Hey, Lolo, you think we could up the time here and go maybe betting in the dark?
Yeah, I just saw a message that Mr. Tom has somewhere to be for the second half of the show.
I need to go to bed too soon.
And Director John also needs to go. So why don't we do some betting in the dark with Mr. Tom, and then we will take our halftime break, if that's okay. And if any of you old fogies need to go pee now, you can go ahead and do that. But yeah, let's get to it. Let's do a little betting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
Betting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love, place your bets.
All right, this is Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom. Bună seara edition. I suppose that's Romanian for good evening edition. Remember, these are picks that we ask Mr. Tom to find us that are so crazy, so outlandish, so parlayed. What do you guys call them? Accumulating, that they are horrible bets. So please don't place these bets. They're dumb. Yeah, they're just
great,
dumb.
But they're dumb.
They're so much fun, but they are dumb. So don't waste your money on it. That being said, it's only $1 and it could turn into hundreds of dollars. So please put your life savings down on it. Go, go, go. And tell us all about it when you lose. No, if you win. If you lose, don't tell us anything, because we assume you're going to lose. Anyway, when it stops being fun, quit doing it, I guess. All right, Tom, take it away. He left?
No, I'm here. I'm just sleeping with my eyes open. So, hi everyone. It's sponsored by Murder Gun, the world's greatest fictional movie.
Rated Y.
Yeah, for why hasn't this been made for real? Probably.
Yep.
I don't know. Anyway, Dr. John, if you don't mind, please, just for the first one, I've gone with Millwall to get another away win in the FA. It's the FA Cup special edition, lads. FA Cup, sponsored by Emirates, probably. Didn't pay me to say that. Well, there's no probably, it is. Anyway, Millwall to win. Eddie and Kay had to score. They're going to play Eddie, surely, based on the fact that he's not even their first choice, is he?
Yeah,
so
and
of course they're going to play him in this game. Yeah.
Is the kid that Crystal Palace picked up for Millwall cup tied? We got like Romain Esse.
He might be.
I believe he probably is. But I've gone with the guy that actually has been scoring their cup goals, because I know he scored 2 of them at Ellen Road. And he hasn't got to score first. But I've gone for the upset with Millwall. I know Crystal Palace are generally good at home, but I fully expect Crystal Palace to not take this as seriously. Just by the nature that their mid-string team should probably win this. But for the purpose of this, I've gone with Millwall probably going to win, even though they're probably not going to win this, but still. The real key statistic here is that Millwall need to go fuck themselves.
I don't think you accounted for that.
Has Millwall ever been in the Premier League?
Nope. I believe they were in the top division in the 80s. Correct me if I'm wrong, David.
I think so.
But not since the rebrand.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's not a rebrand that the police would be particularly wanting to happen.
Is this a big rivalry?
I wouldn't say it is. Nah, not. It is in the fact that they're both London teams.
Yeah, South London, aren't they, both of them? So,
well, Millwall are rivals with anyone. realistically, to be fair.
They were back in the day, that's for sure.
They're also rivals of some
Leeds vs Millwall has its own page on Wikipedia, and we've probably only played them like 12 times in last like 30 years or something like this. And that's not factually true because of our 16 years in the championship. But you know what I mean. Like, we've barely played them comparatively in our history, but we've got our own page for like you can read up on our rivalry about all the crowd trouble and stuff like that. Anyway, so Millwall to win, Eddie to score first, then Femi Aziz, the hero of Ellen Road. Some would say, not me, but some people with a Millwall slant, obviously. But still, anyway, the important thing is Director John, if you don't mind, please take us to the next one.
Please.
Here we go. Here's the money.
To answer your question, Tom, very quickly, you're quite right. Millwall, 1988 and 1990.
I
top
believe
division.
they had Teddy Sheringham in their team.
Yeah,
I could
that'd
be
be
wrong.
right. Yeah.
I know that from an old sticker collection or something like that. I've gone with Plymouth to win 1-0 at Man City.
Daniel.
Partly because everyone's beating Man City these days. Well, apart from Tottenham the other day. But still.
And didn't Plymouth just beat Liverpool?
Yeah. They did.
Yeah.
Can we add Bundu?
Yeah, let's do it
as well.
Yes.
I
put him
don't
to
think,
score last
I don't
as
think
well.
Lightning's going to strike twice here.
And then put
I
Holland
knew
under.
If I just
25
put him to
goals.
score, say just to score, someone would have gone, actually, he'd be scoring first. So that's why that is worded like that. But still. Anyway, basically, I knew I was fucked. However way I worded it, I was going to get a smart-ass comment. So congratulations, Chris, for taking the prize on that one. Taking the bait, some would say. Anyway. But no, it's all fun. But the reason I picked Bundu is because their actual top scorer, Ryan Hardy, is injured. So it's the actual reason I've not picked Ryan Hardy is because he won't be playing.
Well, without Ryan Hardy, that's the only reason I'm giving City a slight edge here, because Ryan Hardy is.
Ryan Hardy,
I've never heard of him in my life.
He's a Scottish striker, left-footed.
Yeah, of course you know, Chris.
Of course, Chris knows Ryan Hardy.
Fuck it. He's like, yeah, I got his playing card. I have Ryan Hardy sheets.
He's got championship top trumps in a minute.
Hey, Rosie, thank you.
Thank you, Rosie. Love you.
And you better stop talking smack, son. I see.
Don't stop talking smack ever.
He needs to get on here if he wants to talk.
That's going to be on my tombstone. Don't stop.
Usually, as you may have noticed, as I didn't do it on the previous one, I thought I'd not waste everyone's time again. Guys, would you put on this bet? Because I know it's going to be 5 no's. So, Dr. John, if you wouldn't mind, please go to the third and final one with an actual contest.
Here you go.
I like this.
This is juicy.
Oh, Tom, I am definitely putting the 1-0 Plymouth. Definitely.
I got. Yep, that's a pretty close one. Nope.
This is possible, isn't it? Definitely possible.
This.
I like it a lot.
I say 3-1 Newcastle.
I think the return should be higher.
I can see if Brian get an early penalty, João Pedro will score first because he takes their penalties.
Yeah.
And that may or may not have something to do with the fact that
what's up with
He's got a groin injury.
He was like 70. Right, I had him start my FPL on the son. I didn't know they didn't have that notified until it was too late.
And I had fucking Morgan Rogers on the bench because they had him flagged.
No shit.
And he goes and scores a fucking goal. And I fucking captained the twat Cole Palmer. They scored 45 goals and he gets 0.
Lolo, he has struggled.
But I'm still in first place.
Oh, John, shut the hell up. Oh, God.
I thought you were going to bed, John.
Actually, first place, even with Anthony Herbert in the league. He talks like he's the greatest player at FPL ever.
He's as good as the toilet paper I just used today.
Fair enough.
Reuter cup tied. He would be cup tied for Leeds United. Is he on loan?
No,
He was owned by
he's not
Brighton.
cup tied.
he's not.
Ruta
cup
didn't
tied.
play
He's
any.
not cup tied,
Ruta
he's not.
played in. Ruta would be cup tied if we were playing. If this was an EFL Cup game, but he did not
Yeah.
play for Leeds United in this season's FA Cup.
He's on-
Therefore, he is. They wouldn't even put him on the list to be bet on. Quite
Well,
frankly,
I thought he was just sold. I didn't realize he was loaned.
He sold.
I
No,
thought it
sold.
was a sell. I thought it was a
He's
sell
sold.
too.
no, because they triggered his release clause, they had to pay it in one go as well.
Yeah.
Ant needs to come on the show.
So
He's playing so well, Rutter. He's showing how good he is this year, and he's going to get better. He's a handful, I tell you.
yeah, I don't really, I don't know. I don't like him that much. Something about him.
I
tell
don't
you
like him
what.
that much either.
I tell you what, you'd love him if he was at Arsenal. You'd love him.
He'd be a
I
great
would.
fit.
He works
would-
hard. He works hard. He now has found where the goal is. He's better this year because he's surrounded by better players. And you put him in an Arsenal side, which arguably has got better players than Brighton. Boy, he'll step up another level. That boy has got a lot of. He's a huge prospect. The sky's the limit for him if he carries on the way he's going. I tell you, he's a great player.
Yeah, I love all these sky the limits that come through Leeds, but then don't hit the sky or reach the sky.
Or you
while
mean like
actually playing for
Rafinha?
Leeds.
No, he did.
Ah.
He did.
Special lad, Rafinha.
Tom, when he was at Leeds, he was carrying that team.
He's been
He was
great at
Oh,
carrying the
right.
team. Yeah, he was carrying the team.
Yeah,
He
he
was-
carried us to
Yeah.
failure.
No, he didn't. He didn't carry
He
you.
carried you to last.
He's the only
second.
reason. He's the only reason we were up there. Him and Somerville, they were the only reasons, and Rutter was the main one.
Right.
They were asking too much of him. He was having to get back and tackle in the
Nah.
defensive third.
Nah,
He doesn't have
you've
to
not
do that
convinced
at
me
Brighton.
different from what I think. Not convinced me different.
Well,
Absolutely
you're
not.
wrong.
Absolutely
you're wrong.
not. He needs to
You're
go
wrong.
fuck himself. That's fine. That's
Nah.
absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. I'll do you know,
Nah,
I'll
you're
sleep
just-
with my eyes shut and my head on the pillow.
You're just
That's
like
fine.
you're just like a spurned guy who's lost his girl. Sorry.
Okay.
Move on.
Yeah.
Leeds fight. Leeds fight.
How do you guys like?
All right.
How's Ramazani been this year for Leeds?
Been
He's
okay.
been good.
It's been okay, but Solomon's been better lately. That's why Solomon's ahead of him.
Tanaka, man. Ayo.
Ayo.
I just wish it like his name was Ayup.
No, I like Ayo.
He's been a good addition as well.
If you guys,
And that's
if hopefully when Leeds goes up, you get a new.
There's no
left back.
hopeful. There's no hopeful in it, Chris. Leeds are going up a
Okay,
championship.
when I don't even like saying Liverpool are going to win because it's still too far away. Is Firpo the starting left back next season?
Probably
for
not.
Barcelona. Yes,
Probably not. Probably not.
he's the best
No, I
left
don't
back
think
in the
so
world
either.
right now.
There's going to be
He
a,
is-
there's going
His,
to be a
his
big
mustache
overhaul
is
at
the
Leeds.
best left back in the world.
He's brilliant. I mean, me and Tom love Firpo, so we won't have a bad word said against him.
Firpo will not be at the club next season for a
No.
very simple reason. If we
parents
stay down, if we don't go up, which is very unlikely, but let's just say for argument's sake, if we don't go up, we will absolutely refuse to pay the money he's currently earning. So he will not get a contract at a pay rise for, let alone get matching the money he's on.
Yeah.
But then if we get promoted, the first thing they'll do is, right, can we get a proven left back that is actually proven at Premier League level? Because arguably Junior Firpo is not proven at Premier League level. And I say that as someone that's arguably his biggest fan.
Yeah. However, can
he-
I just say on that,
He is on a contract.
he had Cooper inside him, and all the left backs who played alongside Cooper in the last few years, they got absolutely slated. Well, they all got slated because they had Cooper inside them, and Cooper shouldn't have been playing at that level. There you go.
You're saying Cooper's
Sure.
a rapist?
Sorry? I'm saying
Yeah,
Cooper was
so-
okay in
He
the
had Cooper
You're
Cooper
not a
was
big
okay.
Cooper fan. He's not a
Cooper
Cooper
was
fan.
Cooper was okay in the championship. at times, not all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not his commitment, and he was leads through and
Okay.
through and all that, but he should have gone the season they got promoted.
Gotcha.
There's a reason he
Him and
was
others.
nicknamed League One Liam.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
here's what it is.
Because he played like he should have been there. He should have been there sometimes.
Yeah,
Anyway,
fair.
the
Ants
important
on
thing
fire.
before we go to the Magic 3, I've picked Plymouth, Millwall, and Brighton. How much do you think that pays for £1?
Quite a bit.
£36. Whoa.
$20,000.
It's usually crappier than you think it would be. Saying $36.50.
$36.50.
I'm
including
gonna
Plymouth
say
to beat Man City.
like
Yeah.
$3.25.
I'm going to say in the fours somewhere.
Director John, unleash the
$1.
Magic 3, please.
$1. 800.
Oh.
Oh, Millwall.
Ooh.
It was
Oh,
Millwall
it's
that
just
did
to
it.
win. I thought it was everything about the bet. Never mind.
No,
I was
No,
like,
no.
I was like, those
All
odds
to
are
win.
really low.
No correct scores. All to win.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
this
totally.
is it. You know what's awesome about this is you make it 25 cents, you make it a quarter, and you're making 200 and some odd dollars. Like you're
Ain't
good.
too
So
bad.
make
Ain't
it a
too
quarter.
shabby. Ain't nothing.
Don't fucking nothing off your back. Or you put $10,000 on it, guys, and we're done. We're
I'm
done
doing it.
working. We're
or
done
you
working.
put $10,000 on it, and then you go and leave house because you have to explain to your wife what you put $10,000 on and lost.
Not if it hits, Tom. Not if it hits, Tom. Tom. Yeah.
Stick 10p
All right.
on it. Well, no, if you put 10p on it, you win what?
8,000.
$88.
10p. It's like
10p,
88, isn't it?
88
I
quid.
thought 10 pounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, 10p,
88.
you'll make $90 pretty much.
Yeah.
Rosie versus mathematics today is the true feud going on. But
She's the Carol Vorderman of On the Stoop. Not.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Consonant.
I just read
Wow.
10p as 10 pounds. And I was like,
We
yeah,
love
that's
you,
great.
Rosie.
10 pence.
I've probably got the maths wrong as well, but
10
at the
Mike
same
Pence.
time, I'm not a mathematician. It's just my job. But still,
Yeah, you're not good at maths.
I'm really not.
Maths.
I'm really not, despite how I make my living. But still, if you put 10,000, strangely, Millwall will concede a penalty last. I mean, that's why they make calculators, David, and they put them on your phone. Even it's really convenient.
The only thing keeping my betting account active is that every week I begrudgingly put money on Liverpool to win, and I put way more than I usually bet on any bet. Just going like, fuck it, they're probably gonna win, but if they don't, it'll be money well spent.
Hey, Lolo, to be fair, I like when you post it on the group thing so I can see if you won or not. So it makes it a little entertaining, even though I have no skin in the game.
Okay, good. I'll post them then.
Yeah, I like.
We do have one more for Director John.
Uh-oh.
And then I promise I'll fuck off.
Yeah, Bucharesti.
It's
Hey,
the other
Tony.
Bucharest derby. It's the other one.
No,
And that's a thing
Warriors
that's
gotta win.
happening.
Geez, the potential's pretty good. But it ain't gonna happen.
But
Chris, do you know these players?
I do not know these players, but I'm kind of looking
You
at.
don't know Jordan Gelly?
I'm kind of looking at that.
Jordan
second
Gelly
guy's
is the
name, and I'm
best.
wondering if he's Elvir Bosnian.
Didn't he play for Ted Lasso?
Oh man.
I think all these players were linked with Chelsea.
Ah,
Seven
boy.
points between first and sixth. It's very tight in the Romanian top division. I believe it's called Liga 1.
Tony.
Yeah. Hey Tony, how you doing?
Don't Bucharest, Stoya Bucharest, do they have a Champions League?
Yes, they beat Barcelona on penalties in 1986, I believe.
Yeah,
It was either 86 or 88.
That's where Haji played.
Yep. That's where he started out, I believe.
What a player. Oh.
Easily Romania's best ever player. It's not even close.
Yeah.
And then Rangers bought his son because he's his son. But it turns out that talent is not sexually transmitted. Who would have thought it?
But that goose might be next to you. Just saying.
Well, thank you, Tom, for that. And I know if you gotta take off during the bio break, please.
Tom, you are a legend.
Take off with our love.
Thank you.
Thank
better
you so much
do
for
that,
being on the show.
otherwise I'll be here till 2:30 again.
Yeah, you said you had to go last time, and you were here like 40 minutes afterwards.
Because I'm an idiot, Lolo. I'm a fucking
I'm out of
idiot
here too.
All right, all right, John. Well, thank you as well.
Go to
for
the game,
all
John.
of your help.
Hey, John, where you at? You still in Romania?
Can you see where I am?
No, I
John
can't.
via Bucharest.
It says booty crest or something. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, booty.
It's been a long
booty
time
call.
since I've seen Chris. I forgot what he
Good
looked
to
like.
see
It's
you,
not true.
Chris.
It's not true. It's not true. I could pick Chris out of any
As
lineup.
bald as the rest of everyone except Lawrence.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys are taking off, thanks so much for joining us, and thank you, John. I know it's super late, but thank you for your hard work on the show beforehand.
John, you are a legend.
and on the show. We all love you. Say goodnight to Director John and to Mr. Tom, but everyone else, we will be back in just, I don't know, 3 minutes and 6 seconds, based on the video that I'm going to choose. And we will be right back. So go pee if you got to, smoke them if you got them, and we will be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. But since Chris is here, I wanted to hear him speak back in the day to our good buddy James.
Rips. Here's a question: when you guys were in the desert that was the championship for 16 years, did you watch any Premier League games?
No. I didn't watch any of them. Fuck them. I didn't watch a single minute of a Premiership match. Swear to God. I didn't give a shit.
I must admit, I used to. Or anything like that.
No, I still don't watch. I don't watch anything but Leeds, mate. Nothing but Leeds. That's it. And that's all I care about.
I must admit, I'm with James this season. This season, I've struggled to watch other games.
Bielsa watches everybody. You should too.
No, and what I really hate is like people like talk about, oh, that was a great match, man. That was a great match. And it wasn't even involving your club. I mean, no one cares. No, I don't care about that, man. No one care. I don't care about anything that doesn't involve Leeds.
All right, so in the last 15 years,
I fucking love you, James.
I love Leeds. I love Leeds.
How many times have you watched?
I love Leeds. Full stop.
So
full stop, mate. I love Leeds. I don't give a fuck about anybody else.
15 years? Like, is that what you're saying? Like, you didn't? Did you watch Lionel Messi or Ronaldo or anyone?
No.
Oh, nobody watched that.
No. Don't care. I don't care. I only care about Leeds.
That's fucking insane.
I don't know. I don't even know who those people are. Who are they?
How do you know how
Lionel Richie and someone? I can't remember. What did you say?
James.
I'm in a bubble, mate. I'm in a bubble. It's called the Leeds bubble. I'm there. I'm here to stay. I signed up for this 40 years ago, and I'm not leaving. It's the 40 years.
I wanted to ask you, James.
Leeds bubble. I don't watch. I don't give a fuck about any other team.
No.
I really don't.
Well, in that case,
you on the
today's
train.
one.
I hate them all. I hate them all
because we scored it.
Varying degrees of hatred.
Right. But seriously,
it's going to make me hate you.
See, James, that's the thing is you think that like bothers James at all? James expects that you hate Leeds. He comes.
I want you to hate Leeds.
Exactly.
I want you to hate us. You know,
after this
I don't
season,
want you to like us, any of you.
Beat you.
No. Look, I love your hatred, man. I feed off of it. I feed off your hatred like any Leeds fan does. we we don't give a fuck. You hate us and we don't give a fuck.
Yeah. All right, it's just me and you. Everybody's still pissing. Oh, there's Lawrence. He's back.
It froze. The thing froze up on us. The discussion froze. Yeah, it froze up during the discussion.
Ah. Well, yeah. If it's not Leeds, fuck them. Chris, very good to see you, man. Glad to have you back on the show. I hate that your team is doing so well. But I gotta say, Liverpool, and it's such a cliche to say, but all these wins that you guys are putting together, they are the wins of champions. Like they are these wins where even games where you don't look good, you're just kind of doing what it takes, and then you have these dynamic playmakers up front. And you're right about Slot being able to keep everyone healthy and keep them rotating. And he's had a healthy rotation between Gakpo, Diaz, Nunez, Jota, and yet Salah's the oldest one, and he's running his fucking ass off, but he's playing with a smile. And you're right, he's got his head up, like you said, David. It's something that's so annoying, because any game, even when you're not playing well, I'm like, they're gonna fucking win this game, and it sucks. And I'm happy for you, my friend, but I also fucking hate you and want your team to explode. Lawrence and David, you guys are muted. I didn't mute you, did I? No. Okay.
No, I was doing that because I was getting disgusted by your conversation. But besides that, I'm good.
No, I just have to. I just don't want to be your typical Arsenal fan that just.
I haven't heard about West Ham all night, but I'm good.
I respect good teams, and I respect teams that fucking do their job. It's annoying as shit.
I'd really like about 2 of your players as reinforcements.
Fucking bring Bowen into the carpet, man.
He's going to talk crap, and I was trying to compliment him early, saying I predicted Liverpool, and he throws a jab at me. Usually it's David.
Not a jab.
Compliment, man. I want Bowen and Kudus,
right?
Wan-Bissaka is going to be a bomb. Well, you better be watching him. I'm telling you right now.
Wan-Bissaka could be, like, to me, he's still looking like one of the signings of the season.
And I tell you, for the money we got at $15 million, and he played back, they say defensive, but he's playing a right wing back, and he could be the right forward. But I don't want to take away from the Liverpool discussion, so I'm sorry.
Well, no, Lawrence, we can stop jerking them off and continue on this route. Does let me ask you, Wan-Bissaka moving to West Ham and flourishing, the fucking fidget spinner Anthony goes to Betis and he's fucking destroying it.
He's killing it.
He did get a red card.
Show you how bad it must be over there at Manchester United right now?
I don't know how they let Wan-Bissaka go, in my opinion. I think in the summertime.
Shut up, Tony.
Tony!
I don't know who signs there, man. It's like a death sentence.
But, I mean, Wan-Bissaka was someone known to be, because he's a long guy, lengthy guy, good tackling, good on defense. But the guy, I call him a gazelle, because when he gets a ball, and we even play him at a right wing back, he'll run up the field so much. He'll pass it, great crossing, creating so much. I'm telling you right now, he's a 15 million gem, I call him. And he's been one of out of the summer we're struggling, but he's been
great at Palace.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm telling you right now, he's solid for me.
Yeah.
Where are you guys in the table?
We're 15th.
15th.
But we're tied because of points wise. Because we're tied, we ahead of the Moyes, Everton. Thank God, it kills me. Tied with Man City, catching up to Tottenham. I think we all got 33 points.
How many games has Potter coached?
Potter's coached about, I'm going to guess 6. I'm sorry, I'm going to put that on a limb a bit.
Yeah.
He's won the last 2. We drew 1, struggled a little bit, and we're still not. I'm telling you right now, we're still not on the final 4 in attacking. We're still not there. You know what I mean? And with Arsenal, all respect, Lolo, and stuff like that, we had a great match, but they didn't really have a finisher in the attacking end that they could do that. You know, we had a couple opportunities where we could have got a couple more goals. We didn't finish, but Arsenal, we played back, and they just didn't have that person in the center. They had a lot. They had 20 shots for only a certain amount straight on goal because they just didn't have that. I hate to say it, though, the second guy or somebody that could really finish it off for us. Because if they did, they could have got to us. They had a lot of attempts, but we sat back, a little parked the bus a bit.
I think there's like a lot of things in a lot of matches that can be pointed to as far as like why Arsenal isn't where they are, but the final nail in the coffin was that defensive block by Murillo, because that was going in. That was 3 points
was
for
offside,
Arsenal.
Though he was offside anyway. It was offside.
You know, I'm sure there would have been a badge check and it would have been approved.
Badge check would have been a red card for Arsenal for being offside. But Lawrence, I have a conceit. It's starting to look like every season West Ham playing Arsenal at home. It's no longer the Emirates. It's the North London Stadium, because you guys have beaten us twice in a row at home, and we don't get beat at home that often anymore. And you've done it 2 years in a row. And we've had like 50 shots in those 2 games, and we haven't scored a goal.
And know what's even more personal there, Lolo, is because the Rice is there, and I made a jab on social media that, yes, West Ham won't win the Prem, but Rice won't either. And it's kind of because Rice is a homegrown boy. He's like the scouts right now. So
and how much did he react poorly to the boos?
Really bad.
He was crushed. He was absolutely crushed because he loved to hear that.
Because he grows up there and loves it and stuff like that. But there's a lot of West Ham fans. I still care about him. He's done great things for us. But you know how the fans are, man. And you saw him. He got dejected. Then he came. Did he come off because of injury?
I think he came off because he was bad.
He was, and he was bad, but he was dejected.
You think he gets booed if he's at a non-London club?
Not at all.
No,
not at all. I don't see him being like a villain, like
personally.
Instance,
I don't see why Declan Rice would be booed by anybody. West Ham fans booing him is fucking disgusting.
I can see him being booed by the
club, and he got your club a shit ton of cash.
Lolo, I agree with you. And there's a lot of fans that think the same thing.
That's
you
disrespectful.
Do.
That's disrespectful.
Lolo, you're not the only one that says that, because there's some fans don't want to boo him, and I wouldn't boo him either. When he first came back, if I was in the stadium, I wouldn't have done anything. I wouldn't have clapped. I wouldn't have booed. I was like, okay, good to go. But you don't, because he does have allegiance, and his family does, to West Ham. They were all about that. So I would not have. I agree.
Yeah.
I wonder, does he get booed by Ireland? Right? Wasn't he an Irish national?
Ireland boos the shit out of him.
He was.
Ireland boos the shit out of him. Now that I understand.
Grealish too,
and they boo the shit out of Jack Grealish too.
Yeah.
That's because you're trading countries, man. Golly.
Yeah.
XP.
You're a country trading cunt. Yep. But David, do you guys boo Calvin Phillips?
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
He's not come to play back at Leeds, has he?
Or,
no, I don't think
anybody
he has.
else for that matter.
But would you imagine? Would you imagine Leeds United fans boo Calvin Phillips?
Nah, not Calvin Phillips. No. He's his homegrown boy, and also him being instrumental in Leeds getting promotion after so many years.
Right.
I can't see him getting booed. Maybe some others, but not him.
I guess we'll find out next year.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna be playing against, a lot of ex-Leeds players.
That's true.
I mean, and we'll see how they react. I don't see them booing like an Archie Gray. I don't see him booing Calvin Phillips.
Archie Gray was at the Sunderland game. He was in the crowd.
David, would they boo Somerville?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe.
I don't think they would.
Maybe.
He was
I don't think so.
Mark, he was player of the year last year for the championship for them guys. How would they boo the guy that got him that close? And Leeds last year, I'm just saying, Leeds were this close. And I really wanted them to get there last year and just missed it. They just missed it.
What's happened to him at West Ham?
Hamstring. He just can't get over it. And no one.
I believe also, to be more specific, David, it's his West hamstring. Yeah.
That was bad.
We got jokes.
Yeah, David.
Sounds like we dodged the bullet, though, doesn't it? Just got rid of him at the right time.
It got more serious, and I think
John's not even here, and I got the thumbs down. What happened?
Yeah. So it was a hamstring. Started to get better. I think during training it got worse.
Tweaked again. And
you know how that thing is, man.
I do.
And it's hurting us because we really could use them. I like.
You're doing all right. Last couple of games.
Yeah, we just can't finish in the final third, man. We just can't finish in the final third and get the good goals. We beat Leicester City 2-0, but if you look at the goals, they're scrappy. They're not like clinical.
They all count. They all count, Lawrence.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Have you guys been playing the kid from Brighton?
Yeah, we put him a couple of times, and he's had 2 great opportunities to score, and he gets nervous in the box. You know, he takes too many. He could shoot it real quick, and he tries to make too much a move. And he's but that's his downfall. But
they get nervous in the box.
It's big
Fulkrug hurt.
Fulkrug's
always hurt.
Fulkrug is hurt.
That was probably
hey, Lawrence. You know how I knew we were going to lose that morning against West Ham? My brother-in-law, Lawler, who's from Ireland, his sister is crazy gunner, like diehard. She flies in to London for like 10 matches a year, but she goes for even more of the women's matches, and she brings her daughter. Yeah. And so her daughter's always like on the field. She's gotten to like kick a goal at halftime and shit. Cool. Like she's been a mascot. Like she's there so much. So before the game, Lawler sends a photo. His sister is there with his niece, and they got a photo. They're from Dublin. They're Irish. Yeah, so they get a photo with Evan Ferguson. Like he's really? In the crowd with them, man. Taking a photo. And I was like, kick that Irish bastard in the knee. Like, we don't need these like lovey-dovey Gunner fan photos with this. He's on West Ham. Don't, John.
Oh, that's funny.
But no, Irish will always take country over club.
Yeah, that's hilarious. And Ferguson, I can see potential. He's just another guy he's young. He's got to learn how to finish it then, because since he's been coming on, and we haven't started him yet, he's had 2 goals that he should have made already.
Mark, did you get that hat in Spain?
No, actually, I got it from Lolo yesterday, and I really like it.
I really like it too. I'm looking online.
It's fucking dope. And
what is that? Is it a cross with
Celta de Vigo.
Yeah, and it kind of
where
suits
Mrs.
me.
Lolo is from.
You know,
nice.
It kind of suits me, and I love it.
That Mark
and
had to do a little gangster lean to it.
Nick and Lolo gave it to me yesterday, and I have not taken it off since. I may have slept in it last night, given my condition.
Good, but no, Mark. Chris is like. I think Chris and I are the biggest Iago Aspas fans in the world. Like,
well, I mean,
although he's famous for like a terrible corner at Liverpool, is
right. So like last summer,
get rid of his Liverpool career and just leave it at his Celta Vigo career. He's like 85. He's probably younger than me.
He's like double-digit goals this year.
But seriously, last summer, I visited Lolo in Vigo, and Lolo, cool. Do you remember the first words out of my mouth when you met me at the train station?
Give me a beer.
Can I smoke here?
No, I said I said
10 a.m. too early
I
for
said
beer?
I want a Vigo jersey.
Oh, you did.
I did. I was like, I want one. Where do we go?
Did you get
I
one?
didn't get one. I didn't get one, but
You got a Viggo Mortensen
I got a hat.
jersey.
You know?
I got him a T-shirt from Hidalgo. I thought it would do the trick.
And
Deep
not
cut
Hidalgo, but
Yeah.
the movie Hidalgo with Martin.
Yeah,
Freeman.
exactly.
I want to
Next
be able
year-
to chew my coffee.
Get the shirt next year with Furpo on the back.
Yeah, that's my team, Mo. That's my team. I hate Real Madrid, even though you're always talking about Real Madrid and like, yes, they're good and it is the Real Madrid Cup and all that nonsense. I fucking hate him. And Lawler, my brother-in-law, is a hardcore Real Madrid fan, and he's already talking about buying me a. He's like, "What number do you want on your Real Madrid shirt?" And I was like, "Can you get one without any of the letters on it? I could use a white tee." Yeah. Second teams, it's more my Spanish team. I wouldn't call them my second team. I don't follow them nearly as closely.
Mistress team?
No,
I have no second team.
Yeah, I have a second team is weird. I because that would mean more like in England you have a second team, which I guess would be Leeds United, but I only like Leeds United because I like you guys.
Yeah, that's fair.
But no, like in Germany, I'm a Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund fan. Oh, I can't believe I said that. It's too much.
You did say it, and I heard it. Somebody got to take it.
You can't take it back.
No, you cannot.
Yeah.
No, take
I
it.
hate
No, take
I
back.
hate Bayern
No,
Munich.
it's your team.
Like I hate
You
Real
said you was
Madrid.
one of your favorite
No,
teams ever.
no,
Ever. What the hell,
no.
Lolo? What are you doing?
No. And then I think I'm Hearts. I'm Hearts in Scotland. Just to fuck with Rosie.
Midlothian.
She
Midlothian.
Is she a Hibs fan?
BVB. I think she's a. What is Rosie? I think Rosie's. No, I think she's Celtic. I don't know. I don't want to offend her. Jimmy says Leeds first, Celtic second, Barca third. I don't like Barca either. I like Barca more than I like Real Madrid, but I don't like Barca.
I mean, or does it come down to the fact that you know, there are teams that you like because of a certain player? Like, I give two shits about Barcelona, but I love watching Rafinha and Lamine Yamal.
Yeah. No, I enjoy Barcelona this year and actually during the Xavi years as well, because I felt like they weren't as much assholes as like their fans got a little bit of humility for a second. And I like Rafinha.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a good. But that is a very good.
I like Vigo because they're kind of an underdog club with a world-class player and a couple of other classy players. They always have, like, the other folks kind of rotate, but there's always like one or two other classy players on the team, and then there's just one guy who just is going to score 15 goals a year until he's like 40. So
and 20 assists.
Yeah.
Like, just,
well, I'm just hoping
and never get called up to the
Strand
Spanish
Larson.
team. Fucking never get called up to the Spanish team. Yeah, and you got Strand Larson from him. He's on the bench.
Keep him.
Or
Because I think that's a loan. I don't think we actually have him yet.
Yeah, but they yeah. I'll go see more of their matches. In the French league, I don't have a particular team, but I really dislike PSG. I don't like anything about them.
I thought you said you liked them.
I don't know, in the French league.
Strasbourg's fun to watch. It just sucks that they're owned by Chelsea because they just have a bunch of young players who are kind of fun to watch.
I think maybe I'd go with like Fiorentina.
It's Italy.
Fucking shit. Yeah. So 0 French team. Lyon.
Yeah.
Then maybe Lyon because Lacazette played there for a minute.
Lyon or Lyon?
Lille
Or
is
Lille?
fun to watch.
Lyon.
I think Jonathan David from Lille would be great for Arsenal. I keep saying that.
Jonathan David would be fantastic, man. But he's too old. He's like 25. He's too old. We're taking 17 and 18-year-olds. We're fucking Epstein Island this shit. We're going as young as we can get.
You went down that path, didn't you?
Yeah, man. It's second hour of the show. Nobody's watching.
Do you think next year is the year you guys target a 9?
God,
if we didn't do it this year, we're never gonna fucking do it. They're gonna call back Nketiah and fucking the American. The fuck is his name? These beers are strong.
I think you guys could have got Estock in January if you really wanted them.
Yeah, Chris, we're just I think Arsenal's pretty much done with football. They're getting tired. They're gonna start like making reality shows. I think they'll make more money if they just started doing reality shows. I think we're good on football. It's been like 100 years or so. It's not really going anywhere. We had a good run.
You're gonna finish second 3 years in a row. It's not the end of the world.
Always the bridesmaid, never the
nice.
But listen, like in real life, that would be totally fine. If you have like a super hot friend who is always pulling chicks, but you're the next hot one in the group, you're getting plenty of action. Like that's a good deal. That's a great deal.
No. I see.
He's pulling all the action. You get all the fall off, and you're the best option of the rest of these fat asses. So I'm like, in life that would be great. In football, not so great. We should make reality shows and give up on football.
I think it's more like Arsenal's in like the friend zone.
Oh Lord, that's never good when he said that.
Don't put it that way.
Because two don't win when one's the winner.
Well, it's probably true because it's like
we've been second or third a lot.
No, I agree with what Mark said because it's like the Arsenal, they can't score.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're in the friend zone. They just can't score. Brazil League, I don't have a Brazilian team, but I know in Argentina, I'm River Plate.
In Portugal, my team is Benfica.
You say Benfica?
It's got to be
Boca. Well, I can't confirm Lolo's Brazilian.
My wife's Portuguese, so she's there. A lot of the families are Benfica fans.
I'd be Porto, I suppose, in Portugal.
I'd be Braga. I need a team that always finishes fourth.
That just Braga always. I couldn't say that I supported Braga because in Spanish, Bragas are like your underwear. So anytime I hear Braga, you're like Braga. I'm like underwear pops up in my head.
In Portuguese, I think it's called quackish. That's underwear.
I know I'm wrong, but isn't Braga
I'll make this shit up.
A city north of Madrid? Or am I thinking of something? No. What? There's a.
Well, the Portuguese team is obviously not north of Madrid, but maybe there is another city that's north.
Isn't there a city north of Madrid named Braga?
Hey,
or no, Burgos. I'm thinking of Burgos.
You're thinking of Burgos. Burgos.
Yeah, Braga is in Portugal.
Beautiful place, Burgos.
I've been there.
Yeah, beautiful.
I don't believe you, Mark, because you just called it Braga. So
I know, but I knew it was north, and I have been there. I have pictures to prove it. We actually hiked up the mountain.
I've actually been to Braga.
You know.
I do think it's fun, like what the team in Italy that's kind of, everyone's going to Como, coached by Fabregas.
Yeah, Fabregas.
Next Arsenal players who want to live on the lake towards the end of their career.
I tell you what,
Location.
In 3 years,
100%,
Fabregas
baby,
will be the Arsenal manager. Watch. 3 to 5 years, Fabregas will be the Arsenal manager.
Why?
It's just destined to be. But actually,
what do you think that means? Let's say that happens. Is Arteta? I mean, Arteta's a good coach. He's going to take something. Then. What do you think?
I think
He'll be in. He'll be in Barcelona.
So the most immediate thing that could happen is we push on through and we win the Champions League. That would be. I'm not saying it's going to happen, guys. I'm just saying if we look at it as Arteta's best streak, the Premier League not going to happen this year. No matter what we do, it's probably not going to happen. Champions League, we're still in it, so technically we could win that. So say he wins the Champions League this year, next year wins the league, goes far enough in the Champions League but doesn't win it. So boom, big title. The next year, drop off, 4th place, 3rd place, 4th place. And then it's like, all right, time to move on. Real Madrid comes calling, some Barcelona comes calling, and he goes. We pull in an Ancelotti who's like in a wheelchair.
Stop. Arteta doesn't win anything at Arsenal. Is that what you're saying? And then Barcelona or Madrid come.
No, he won the Champions League and he won the league. But then he goes a year or two like faltering, and he goes to some other club.
What's the percentage on that beer you're drinking, Lolo?
I'm telling you, these are how like it could potentially. I'm saying best case scenario, that's what happened. Now, what is more likely to happen is he wins nothing this year. Next year, we give him one more year. We get super close, yet we win nothing. He leaves on his own volition. We bring in a big name coach. Nothing happens. We flip him out for another coach, and nothing happens. And then we go, Fabregas, come on over. That's how Fabregas becomes a manager.
Arteta's Basque, right?
Yeah. So maybe he goes to Betis to help.
Bilbao.
Betis
isn't Basque. Betis is in Seville.
What's the other? Yes,
Sociedad.
Sociedad. Yeah. Why did I think? Oh, Real Betis. No, wrong one. Yeah. So maybe he goes up to Bilbao. Who knows?
I don't know. I think he goes to a bigger club now.
And all of this shit, Arteta won a UCL. Arteta. I was just saying, there's these two routes. Either he wins a lot in this year, in the next couple of years, and then falls off and goes, or he wins fuck all, and we get rid of him in 2 years. I think he definitely has next year, no matter what.
Yeah.
But next year might be the
I think he's got a couple of years.
Might be no results. It might be. I don't even think might. I think it is his last year.
It might be.
But I can tell you right
even
now,
if the management doesn't
when
want
it comes to Arsenal,
I mean, he's
fans,
been given
they
5
want
years.
him. Most Arsenal fans want him gone already. So yeah, I think his credit is because he's been.
No, don't say most.
I would say most, but I would say
loud Arsenal fans.
The
loud
most
Arsenal
to
fans.
have platforms on YouTube and all those, all the social media.
Yeah,
sure, yes, but I mean, on our group, Lolo doesn't want to see him go. I guarantee you, Gary doesn't want to see him go. I guarantee Anthony doesn't want to see him go.
BX is Arteta out.
BX is Arteta out, but
BX and Anthony are as well.
Like seriously,
but,
I don't.
But Lawrence, I would
don't
give you
that
liberally. I would give you 30%. I would give you 30% one Arteta out.
Fair shout. Okay. I know when and a couple other things that we go, other channels we go to, these freaking guys are like they want him out because he's not doing it, and I don't. I have no skin in the game. I like the guy, and for me as a West Ham fan, if you're in the top 2 like that, I'm happy. You know what I mean? But
top 2 with 4 of your attackers injured at the same time.
I mean, I think the people who want him out are
no, I'm
crazy.
with you. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing.
Right,
they're crazy.
Now, the problem with that, Lawrence, is that we live in a world of echo chambers. So
Yeah.
if you go onto a show where somebody is spouting Arteta out, if I see somebody's post, that's their title of the show, I'm probably not going to watch it.
That's true. I got it.
I might log on for a minute to hear what they're talking about, but I'm not like interacting. I know that my opinion doesn't matter to these fucking people. They've got their mindset.
I got you.
Now, if it's I love Arteta in, I'm also not in that. I'm like, I'm one of the many fucking normal fans.
Well, no, Lolo is exactly right. It's a good thing. You want to hear actually discussions about it and just saying negative both ways. There was the same thing last year with Moyes in West Ham. It got so bad. But you go, I didn't want to go to a channel. It was like, if you're going there, Moyes out, Moyes in. Man, it became such a freaking headache. You know what I mean? It's like,
I was Moyes out for like 3 years. But and then he won the.
You were Moyes out for like half the history of our show.
I can tell you something though. All that stuff, Moyes got us a trophy.
He's doing great at Everton.
I fucking love Moyes.
Can you believe that shit? What he's doing at Everton, and I hate it because because I'm a jealous son of a bitch. But at least we got ahead of him right now for a minute.
I'm
look at that.
I'm not flip-flopping. I'm a Libra. I'm in the middle, man. I'm always in the fucking middle.
He likes the zebras.
Yeah, I'm down for the gangbang. Zebras, black with white stripes, white with black stripes. Doesn't matter to me. Let's go. Down for the gangbang.
You gotta do it every show. If not, it's just not the show.
Every show. I am flip-flopping. In a couple days, I'm gonna be in Miami. Flip-flopping my ass off on the beach. Making money too.
Nice.
You know who else is going to be there? This motherfucker,
Lord.
Mr. Mark. Mr.
Make
Mark
sure-
and I are going to be on the beach making money.
Make sure you post those videos.
This sounds creepy as shit.
It sounds like a porn video or something.
Yeah, they're gonna ice their assholes.
Hey, you know what? I'll do whatever it takes for money.
Yeah, Chris. Hell yeah.
No, and I just got the confirmation for the hotel room. Like our company gets us a hotel room, but it was like here's your confirmation, and it was like whatever hotel, Miami, an adults only resort. I was like, wait, what? What the fuck does this mean?
That means you guys are up for no good. That's what it means.
All right, let's fucking do
We've been up for no good for about 15 years.
Well, Mark, I'm noticing that already. Trust me.
But it's gonna be a good time. Good time.
Gangbang.
And luckily, there's a break in the action in the Premier League while we're there. You know,
hook that up. We hooked that up somehow. Because I was checking our flights, like, okay, we can't be flying if there's this match, here we go. If we are gonna be flying, it's gotta be like one of the Jet2 or something that gives us NBC. Yeah.
When are you there?
We're going Monday and we're back Friday.
Okay.
Are all your teams still in the FA Cup?
Not mine.
Not mine.
We play Bournemouth.
So, in other words,
you guys out, Lolo?
Can we not talk about this, Chris? Like, are you just can you text me on the side and ask me these questions? Because they're fucking embarrassing.
It
was more embarrassing than Preston. It was more embarrassing than Preston.
We got knocked out by Plymouth, so
it was more embarrassing than Plymouth.
That is kind of pissed
Who'd
off.
you get knocked out by?
Spurs?
Manchester United.
Oh, that's terrible too. They suck. They're straight garbage.
I would, if Plymouth knocked me out, I'd be like, "Fucking well done, lad.
Yeah, right,
I'm
exactly.
rooting for you the rest of the fucking go beat City, go beat fucking everybody." But this is Man United. I'm going like, I hope you go to bed with your mother and she gives you herpes. Like,
I agree with that, man. Nice.
Anyway, Plymouth to win the FA Cup. Yes, indeed.
Why not, man? That would be awesome. Why not?
Look at Spurs
and get relegated to Div 1 as well.
And Spurs
exactly, I did.
What are we looking at?
So compare Spurs goals for and goals against, 53 and 39. Now go to the top part of the table. City 53-37, Chelsea 52-37.
They have the second most goals.
Spurs should be like somewhere between 4th and 6th based on like goals for and goals against.
Yeah.
They have a 14-point goal difference.
Well, you got to remember
when they lose by 1, and when they beat teams, they beat the fuck out of them. Is that?
Yeah, sometimes it's relative because it's hard to say that they start off really hot, then they cool down. I know what you're saying there, so it's hard to say unless you're watching.
Injuries again. That's what that is.
Well, but that's the whole. That's everybody. I know we all got.
No. Yeah, it depends if you have certain injuries, and if you're playing. Archie Gray should not be playing the amount of games that he's playing as a centre half.
No, I agree.
You know. So you're going to concede goals.
Who's coaching Spurs right
now?
No, to me, yes. But here's the difference. Like let's look at this. Spurs have been decimated by injuries this year. It has been brutal on them. It has as well for Arsenal. We're second. They're on the second page.
Thank you.
Teams.
Because it goes to show you
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And Spurs don't have the
and the big problem. The big problem with Spurs is that Ange will not let go of his way of doing things and continuing to maintain a high line. Line that cannot support it.
No. I actually would like to address that.
He had a high line with Van de Ven, the fastest in the league.
I think the big difference is the fact that Arsenal's injuries have been up front. Tottenham's injuries have been in the back.
I'm listening.
And they're giving up goals, and they're giving up goals late because who they have in the back gets tired.
Yeah.
It was definitely a problem for the Wolves in the earlier part of the season because they didn't have enough, they didn't have enough depth in the back. The back has been completely decimated for Tottenham. The starters are out and their backups are out. And if you're gonna look at like where injuries will hurt you the most, it starts in the back.
And it's not physical. What you're saying about they get tired physically, they get tired mentally.
Yeah,
that's what the problem is.
Yeah,
But Mark, I hear your point, and it is an actual valid point. I do respect it. However, the front has not been doing their. Yes, they've got all those goals, but what's Dominic Solanke on? Dominic Solanke was supposed to be the next Harry Kane there. Where's fucking Richarlison? Where's fucking
injured?
They're not.
And so see what I mean? You said all of their injuries were in the back.
Brennan Johnson.
I don't think that's the
Brennan Johnson does well. Kulusevski does well.
Son has played every single match. Where is he?
I'd be honest. They play Son out of position, and I also think Son doesn't want to be there anymore. He's on the last year of his contract, I believe.
That's an excuse.
And he's going elsewhere. But what I'm saying is, so let me ask you. So with Tottenham has the back end injured, the front end injured. Where would Arsenal be if they lost Gabby and Saliba for like 6 months or 3 months? Where would
Rob
Arsenal
Holding
be?
and we'd be straight?
Oh my God. He's still sitting in the hair club for men alive.
No, that dude's hair. That guy's got more hair.
Hey, Ben White at center back.
But
we have
Ben White is
plenty of
trying
center
to
backs.
improve his tan.
We have plenty of center backs.
For the Spurs, though,
you think Kiwior can replace Saliba?
Nobody can replace Saliba and Gabriel.
Exactly.
However, Ben White, Jurian Timber, Tomiyasu, Kibior hasn't played in fucking decades. All of our left backs and right backs, Calafiori, all of our left backs and right backs are actually center backs. So they can cover.
Even have a real fullback on the team.
Can you honestly be happy with Calafiori?
I think Saka is our only real fullback.
I'm happy with his beautiful locks. He looks like he would have played an Italian defender in a movie about.
Oh, I totally agree. I just want to say to him, it's like, hey, Olivia Newton-John called. She wants her headband back.
Oh, why did you have to do that? It's great.
I like Calafiori though. I do.
I do too.
Yeah, I do too. He's our best striker. Did you see what they were doing against Nottingham Forest? Calafiori and Marino. Calafiori was hardly playing defense, which is why he got a yellow card in the second minute because he got burnt by fucking Margaret Cho.
Marino's your best striker now.
Change his name to fucking Crouton.
Marino would be playing up front, and then Calafiori would make a move on the inside, and Marino would fall back and cover his position, while Calafiori went up and played striker. And he had one of our best shots that doesn't count as a shot on goal, but he nailed the post, where half the time those go straight, they hit the post and go in. This hit the post and came straight back out. In a beautiful shot that just fucking missed. But Arteta was intentionally playing Calafiori and Marino as our two main strikers. It's insane, but also the best option at a certain point.
I will go back to what I said about Marino being a striker. Look, man, playing Leicester will cure all of your striker problems. You know, and it's shown that Marino is not the answer. Calafiori is not the answer. You have no answer.
I mean, neither of them are, but they're when you need a goal late, they're probably the best option to head the ball in, right? Like,
yep.
I mean, everyone was talking about Arsenal and their set pieces. When was the last time Arsenal scored a set piece goal?
Exactly. We had like 10 or 11 against Nottingham Forest. Got nothing from it. And the whole time everybody was like, oh, set piece FC, set piece FC. I was like, do you notice that we're also getting like 9 corner kicks a game?
Yeah.
And we get 1 and you're like, oh, you scored every fucking set. No, we fucking don't.
And no,
we're just good at getting
us. We stopped against us. You only had 2 corners against us, which was critical because
that's a tactic.
Because that's
a tactic against us.
So good at set in corners. You're very good.
But during that period of time, Lolo, you were getting a return on converting those set pieces.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it wasn't like a goal every 3. It was a goal every 9. Yeah. We were just getting a lot of corner kicks throughout the game. And then we would get 1 in a game, and it's like,
it's a percentage thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a percentage thing, you know?
But it's a bad percentage is what I'm saying.
But it isn't because you were winning games because of it. So it's not about
goals.
You were winning games.
One goal out of every 9 or 10 corner kicks is still better than most.
Hell yeah.
It's still better than most, I guess. But we run into these occasions like Nottingham Forest where we have 9, 10 corner kicks and we get nothing. And then another game where we get 6 corner kicks and we score 2.
And it's productive when you get like
the thing is also
we did against Man City.
Other teams worked it out how to defend a bit better.
That's what happens. Exactly, David.
West Ham. And they keep us from getting the corners. They keep us from getting the corners. That's what they're very good at. That's what West Ham have done very well.
If I could take a minute and recognize Deborah the Zebra. Hello, guys. Fell asleep, missed the show. We'll watch it back. Come on, Wolves. Let's get this FA Cup. I got to tell you, Deborah, like about 20 minutes ago, I was thinking to myself, where are you? Where's my Wolves fans? So
thank
you for joining us. We're at any other time.
Mark's
yes,
already getting out the gold ribbons, aren't you, Mark, for the cup?
No shit.
Hey, you know what? I do think we stand a chance against Bournemouth.
I'd love it. I'd love it if they did. I'd love it.
And that'll bring us to the semifinal. And if that's as far as we go,
Gary O'Neill derby.
Oh, that's right. But we don't have Gary O'Neill anymore.
Mark, our respect around there. I'm going to cheer for the Wolves. I'm going to cheer for the Wolves.
Do you think somebody sent Gary O'Neill a ticket to the match?
No, I think
that would
Gary
have been
O'Neill
the ultimate move.
I think Gary O'Neill is sitting on a beach and enjoying the fact that he's going to be collecting money for the next year and a half. I hear he might be the new manager.
Championship club.
No, in the championship.
Leeds?
Sutherland? No, not Sutherland.
Not Sunderland.
Maybe Derby. I'm not really sure.
Okay, down at the bottom.
He's gonna get work. He's gonna get work. He's a fine coach. I don't think he's a terrible coach. I think he's a much better coach than Bruno Lage, and I think he's a better coach than Lopetegui. And he's young, and he can learn, and he can adapt. This is not the last that we've heard from Gary O'Neill.
No.
Fair enough. That's what I say.
Tell you what, that Areola is going to get a job somewhere at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's a good coach.
Yeah.
Areola?
In Bournemouth?
Yeah. Leeds wanted him, didn't they? Before Fark. In fact, during the season we got relegated, they were after him.
Yeah.
I can't remember where he was, but he said he wanted to see out his contract where he was and whatnot. But and the same with Slot. Leeds were interested in Slot, but again, he wanted to stay where he was. So hey ho.
Quick side note, guys. I just want to do a shout out to my cousin Christy, who lives in Plano, out in Texas, outside of Dallas. But her sons are big into football, and they are, I believe, both of them are playing for the FC Dallas youth system. But my cousin's kid, Christian, I think he's like 12 or 13, but he just got called up to the U.S. National team for the under 15s to play for Mexico. So that's my cousin's kid right there on the left, Christian.
That's
Justice
awesome,
Jones. I don't know about Justice Jones. Seems like Justice has some PR going.
Can I just say
where Ricardo Pepe's from Dallas?
Can I just
Ricardo Pepe is from El Paso, Texas, as well.
I think he was in the FC Dallas.
I think he went through Dallas, yeah.
Can I just question something, Lolo?
That's him on the left. He's a center back. He's a Mexican, but he's a tall Mexican, all right? So,
he's going to be playing
let's
for the
keep an
US.
eye on this kid. Yeah, so he's playing for the US. He could play for Mexico, but he's been with FC Dallas for freaking years, man. It's so surprising. But big up to my cousin and her kid Christian, and she's like the ultimate soccer mom, travel mom. Like they went on a tournament in Vigo last year, and she went with them. Like they're all about it. So big up.
Your cousin has a page on Transfermarkt. There's nothing
really
about him other than his birthday.
Good luck to him. Good luck to him.
But he's a center back, which is
USA
awesome.
U15 center back.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a tough job.
Boom.
But that Dallas Academy's actually turned up a few good players. Guy Fabian Castillo, who played in Europe for a bit, and Ricardo Pepe.
Yeah, Pepe, who's from my hometown.
That's where I am next week, Dallas.
Oh, I don't want to talk about that yet, Anthony. Yeah, Justice needs a haircut. Yeah, that's just.
Can't all have a
Anyway.
haircut like me.
Yeah, sign him up for Leeds. Yeah, no, he looks like a good tough. I liked his picture, he looks like a. That's like a tough, he does look like a 12, 13-year-old kid.
He's gonna take care of business.
But yeah, he's like, I'm a center back. This other one's like, I want to score goals, and you're like,
5
no.
years, he's going to be like 6'4" and jacked and
right,
exactly, and thicker. Get the right coach.
Yeah. So yeah, little Lopez blood there, but
Good stuff. Good
show. Anyway, well, guys, we're at the end of the show here. I don't know about you, but I could keep talking about football a little bit longer. So if you guys are interested, we can hang out backstage and talk a little bit more. And if anybody would like to join us backstage, if you're one of the first ones to click on this link, you can join us backstage and hear all the nonsense and participate in the nonsense if you're interested. So click that link right there. But I think for the people who don't want to say it, but they are exhausted and need to go to bed, I'm going to call it a night on the show here. So guys, what do we have? Lawrence, do you have any shows or videos coming out? Do you want to send us any links? What do we got? Where can we find you?
You'll find me on West Ham Unofficial. You can look it up there. I do they have me some different shows, my reaction shows. You guys have seen some of it. And West Ham Unofficial, baby.
West Ham Unofficial. Let's do it. Anybody else? No,
we don't have shows.
And I love you for it.
We have no shows.
I love
just hijack others.
Fantastic. So we'll be on for a little bit backstage. If you guys want to join us, click that link. You can join us backstage and talk to us as we lay our hair down, put in our rollers and stuff, and get ready for bed. Good night, everybody. I hope all your teams lose in the FA Cup because the best one isn't even in it anymore.
Come on, you eyes, baby.
It's very hard to say. It's very hard to even say that these days. I'm getting very down on my club. We should really start that reality show. Anyway, love you guys. Love you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. And thank you for everybody in the comments section. We'll see you next week. The last show in the Stoop basement. So long, basement.
4 years. Peace.
It's been a lot of fun, you fucking basement. These are fake bricks. Just letting you know, finally showing you. I'll probably take them upstairs and it'll look exactly the same. Good night, everybody. Love you.